Hello folks and welcome back to part 12 of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. We are heading back into the Nether today. I'm going to face my fear and head back into the Nether. But before we do that, I just want to check in on the villager breeder that we got up and running in the last video. If you haven't checked that one out yet, I'll pop a link to that in the in one of the cards at the end of this video. There'll be a link to it in the description and stuff as well. We're just checking this is working okay. So we've got our two villagers in there. They come down through this little tunnel here, and then we should have at the front here, I don't know why they hover here. We now have two villagers who just want to hover at the front of this building, possibly because they don't want to stand on the railway track. We might have to adjust this build slightly so that they're not constantly exposed all night. Maybe put some beds in there, swap the gate and the door over maybe. But we do have plans for these villagers for future episodes. All of these houses are going to have a villager in, similar to the setup we've got here with this guy, our mending librarian, and we just want each villager to be set up in a house with a trade that we can come and do when we want. So we're just going to leave this to carry on ticking over now. We saw the first baby villager appear in the last video, and I guess the other one has appeared at some point while I've just been tootling around doing stuff off on the world. I did a little bit of mining off camera because we need some gold, because I realized I used all my gold when we were in the Nether a couple of episodes ago, and that meant that in order to build the powered rails that I'm going to want to move those villagers around into their houses and ultimately to build the monorail, which I think is what we're going to be doing, a monorail from here over to the village. We're going to need powered rail for all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we needed gold. So we went down to get some gold. We picked up a few more diamonds, emeralds, that kind of thing. But that's not what today is about. Today is about finishing off our first taste of the Nether for this world. We went in there a few episodes ago. We found a Nether fortress. We started to tunnel up into the ceiling to make a start on a Nether hub. But I had a run-in with a hoglin that I wanted no further part of. So we kind of ran away and left the job half done. So I've geared up with the stuff that we need to head back into the Nether again. We've got the ladders, we've got some building blocks, we've got some obsidian. So once we get up to the top, we can move the portal up there. And once we've got the portal moved, I do also plan to go back and have another look at the Nether portal, the Nether fortress that we looked at in the previous video, because I can't believe that what we saw is all that there is. We saw as we were tunneling up into the top of the Nether that there were multiple layers to the Nether itself. I'm hoping we'll find that there's multiple layers to that fortress. The fact that we didn't find a blaze spawner, the fact that we didn't find any nether wart, kind of feels like a little bit of a waste of a fortress. What's it for if we can't find any of the good stuff that you traditionally find in fortresses? So we're definitely going to be heading back over there. But first, we are heading up here, and we are going to carry on building up into the ceiling of the Nether. And we got as far as kind of the next floor up, and like I say, a hoglin came to see us and I chickened out and stopped building. So I guess we need to unchicken out. What I might do is just break out onto here and have a little explore of this level, just to see what we've got up here. If we arm the sword, so the Nether fortress is over this way. Does it continue up here? That's what I kind of want to know. Let's try not to plunge to our death, but at the same time, I want to get over here. The fortress, I'm sure, is down there. Is it under all that lava, maybe? Because I'm sure it was this side, but that doesn't make any sense because we should be able to see it when we look over the edge. So maybe I've taken a wrong turn. Maybe it was the other way. Where is my... Right, it's just piglins. Don't panic. We don't mind piglins. The hoglins we've got beef with. There's my little structure that we were building. Maybe the fortress is this way? Have you seen a fortress anywhere? I don't have any gold for you today. I need it. I need to build with it. You don't need more gold. I gave your buddy loads of gold last time I was up here. We've got a very low ceiling, but no sign of more Nether Fortress, which, frankly, is baffling. I don't know where it goes. We'll worry about it the next level down once we've built up into the roof from here. So, how much higher do we need to go up? We are on Y85. I think we're going to hit bedrock once we get up to like Y120, that kind of level. So we kind of just want to build a tunnel all the way up here. What we'll do eventually is allow a way to come in and out of this on each level. But what do you use for this? What is this material? Nothing seems to want to break it. It's just leaves, isn't it? We probably need shears for that. Right, so I kind of need to get back over to that side. So then we build up here. No, we build up here and put the ladders on. We get rid of that and that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere again. We've not got to go up far before we get to the point where we can just start digging through again. I've got a feeling, because the ceiling's so low, we're going to run into more stuff. There's maybe even another level of this. But for now, we're just going to kind of build all this in. So what we don't want is to be climbing up this ladder and all of a sudden have that hoggling that we had the run in before just turn up for a second helping. So we're just going to build up, keep going up in here. Oh my word, last thing I needed when digging through digging through the nether the way I am was my dog barking like a maniac in the garden. Hence the jump cut we just had while I went to deal with him. But we need to keep cutting through here. Obviously I am still afraid of hitting lava at any moment, less so when we're is that no, see again, I thought that was, it's obviously not lava, it's in a tree. I'm less worried about hitting lava when we're in a tree, but once again I've not got my fire resistance potion equipped. It's back in the house. I probably should go and grab that before I get too much higher on this, but you know full well I'm not going to. Can we put ladder against tree? We can. Excellent. Let's just continue building this up then. I might not have brought enough building blocks with me actually, so we might have to go back and grab some building blocks, in which case I can grab the fire resistance potion while I'm there. But for now we're just going to keep going up with what we've got. It's going to look awful from the outside the way it is currently, but really I don't care what this looks like. This is about giving us a safe way up and down into the roof of the nether, down to where the nether fortress is. That's all we're really looking for. As long as we can get in and out of our hub safely, then job done. Right, get all of these on here as well. There are lots of piglin noises around me, but as usual I've got the subtitles on because I'm a big cheaty monster, so at least I know they're piglin and not hoglin noises, which if I didn't have the subtitles I would be even more afraid, thinking there was going to be a hoglin just stick his nose through this again like he did before. Right, I don't think, see, lava would be dripping through the ceiling if there was lava directly above us, wouldn't it? I think, I'm sure that's how it works. So as long as we're careful and slow and wait and see, I think that's safe. And then we should be able to do this side as well, as long as we're careful and slow. And then we can whack the ladders in and then go up a little bit further and carry on building. How far are we up now? We're up to 101. I reckon another 20 blocks or so and we will be hitting bedrock. And then once we hit bedrock, we're going to drop down like 4 or 5 blocks, give us room to put the portal in, and that will become the location of the portal and the first part of our nether base, effectively, that's going to be up there. So up a little bit more, get more ladders in. No, they're torches. Get more ladders in. See, what was I afraid of the other day? This is fine. Which now guarantees there's going to be lava coming out the ceiling any moment. Just, what am I? Why can't I do that? There we go. Don't know why that was being so awkward. Some very sinister noises starting to come through this, which I don't like the sound of at all. I've destroyed some of those blocks as well. Hopefully we're collecting some of this netherrack to continue building with as we go up. Right, I don't know why I keep checking what height we're at. We're literally just going to keep going until we hit bedrock. Oh, looks like we open up onto something here. So should we just go up and have a little look to see what we've... This is the top of a tree. Can hear a ghast. This is weird because it looks like it's the top of a tree, but it's on a floor. You know what? For now, doesn't interest me. The only concern I have is getting up into the roof. We will worry about what is around me later in the video or another day or something. Not now, that's for sure. And we've got to be nearing the point now where we're going to be hitting that bedrock in the ceiling, because we are getting high. Jump up, smidgen more. Lean over, all careful again. Okay. There we go. So, just get a couple more of these in. What height are we here? We're at 117. This works for me. I think we can probably, what is that? If we just stick a... Again, we've got to be careful that we don't just smash into lava. But if we stick a little room in here... I say a little room, it's going to be quite a big room. Which we want to be like 4 or 5 blocks high. We don't want it to be tiny. We want to have room to not only get the portal in, but get some storage up here. We're going to have corridors going off to different parts of the nether. This is going to be a proper little nether base that just has this one ladder that's going to go through the floor. That takes us down to this first area, but it's certainly not going to be the only area that we have in this base. So I'm going to hollow this room out. Hopefully not run into a load of lava as I do it. I need to remember to get some torches up because we don't want loads of stuff spawning up here. Once I've hollowed this out, I will show you what we're working with. Right, I have dug out a nice, decent sized area up here. I mean, it's perfectly located. If we'd have been a couple of blocks further this way, there's all sorts of stuff over here. I mean, this is a nice little route out if we ever want to mess around right in the top of the nether. There's a hoglin over there who probably wants to come and see me, but shouldn't have a way in. I'm just going to leave this little window open like this so I can keep an eye on him. But the fact that they're spawning here means I need to make this a spawn-free room. Need to get some slabs down ASAP. But for now, if we just get... I don't know if I brought any wood with me. I don't really know if I want wooden floors. We make netherrack slabs? Is that a thing? I didn't bring a crafting table with me. This is a rookie mistake. But what we can do is put the portal in. So that's our little hole that takes us all the way down to the floor we were on before, where the nether fortress is. So if we put the portal in here, we can't really make it central unless we make it wider than a normal portal, which I kind of want to do. I want to come up the ladder and the portal just be there. Can we make it wider than normal? Have we got enough blocks to do that? We might have to go and destroy the other portal to be able to do it, but for now, if we put the corners like that, and then there like that, I think we're going to have to go up. I didn't want to put that there. Come on. If we put that there, I think we're going to have to go up another block into the ceiling. Is that going to work? Is that going to be the right shape? We've got through, so we should be able to do this. This is where I get lava on the head doing this, trying to be fancy. Oh, panicked seeing the bedrock. It's fine. Bedrock's okay. Bedrock won't hurt us. Right, so if we put those in there, I don't know if it's going to let me do this shape. It's a little bit too square. I could have just sunk it down into the floor. Is it going to let me like this, or are we going to have to Oh no, there you go. We can do a square one. So we need to, we need to fill in this corner at some point. Should we put that back in there? We are going to bring some slabs in here. But for now, let's just make sure that brings us out at base, which it should. Yep, so that's brought us through our usual portal. So now if we come back through, we're going to need to smash the portal at the bottom, because I imagine it's still going to bring us out at the bottom. Yeah. So if we now smash this, there is a hoglin nearby. There he is. Dealt with him. Right, let's, because I did not want to be charged off the edge. That would be a troublesome moment. I do want to take enough obsidian, but at the very least fill in those corners. We will deal with the rest of this area at some point, because what we don't want is this to just be a pillar of cobblestone. We'll pretty this up eventually, but for now, bearing in mind I can hear a ghast, let's get out of the unprotected bit. I think we're protected all the way up now. And the only time we're ever going to need to come down here is when we want to come into the nether on these different levels. So I think we need to put another doorway in along here somewhere. And then out of our hub at the top, we have little doorways into 3 different levels of the nether that we can then go and explore, which is awesome. Right, let's whack these blocks in there. There you go. And now we are going to go and get I need to make this ceiling higher. I can't live with that being cut off like that. The whole ceiling in here needs to go 1 higher so that we can expose the entire portal. Otherwise it just looks rubbish. I don't want it to look rubbish. I want it to look awesome. There you go. So we're going to raise the entire ceiling. Then I'm going to go back, grab a crafting table, grab some blocks that we can use to make into slabs, to cover this floor in slabs to make it spawn proof. We don't want to come in here and ever be surprised with a hoglin. No hoglin surprise has ever been enjoyed by anyone, not even other hoglins. We'll get this ceiling higher, and then we'll be back in a moment with some supplies in here. Right, I've loaded up on the bits and pieces that I needed. I've got some slabs for the floor. I've got a little bit of red stained glass panes, so we can maybe have a little view out over that little area that's open on one side of the portal. Fingers crossed this now brings us into the nether base rather than down into the bottom part again. It does. See, that's perfect. Right, what I'm thinking for here, and we've actually got 24 panes of stained glass, so we could put a nice window in here. So, okay, that's interesting. It's only this side that's actually open. So what we might do then, we put the window right on that end. I guess it then leaves this other end available for putting a tunnel through at some point. Because eventually there will be tunnels coming off this hub in all directions for us to use the nether for fast traveling around the world, which is kind of the point of doing this. But for now, let's get this in, because I just think it would be cool to be able to see out there, but keeping the red might be overkill. But you know what? I'm comfortable with it. I think that looks pretty cool. I think that looks very cool. So we've got our little lookout into the nether. And then for the floor, I'll get these out of the way for now. Maybe if I used an axe rather than trying to break wood with glass. I mean, a little life tip for you. It's hard to break wood with glass. If we get these down onto the floor, that just spawn proofs this room. Then I hope I've got enough of these. This room's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be, but we really don't want mobs spawning in here, because that will very much spoil my day if I come in here and get beaten to death by angry pig monsters. I don't think we're going to have enough blocks. We're going to have to go and make some more of these, but we can do that off camera between episodes. Probably this will be enough to give you the idea of what we're looking to do in here. Right, whack that in as well. I think this looks pretty cool, actually. Not sure what we're going to do with the walls. I don't think I'm just going to leave them as exposed netherrack like that, because I want it to look like this is something we've built up here rather than just digging a hole out of what was already here, even though that's exactly what we've done. I don't want it to look like that. But I think you kind of get the idea from that side. It looks pretty cool. Is red the right color for this? It kind of blends in with the netherrack, but then if we're replacing the netherrack, I suppose it won't really matter. I guess deep slate maybe for the walls. We're going to go and get some deep slate. We're going back, and we need more of these stone bricks as well. So I'm back with some more blocks. Not nearly enough blocks, but we've got some deep slating on that wall. We've finished putting all this down. I've decided I don't want this wall to be red. I want it to be magenta glass panes, and I'm going to put a bigger window in, I think. So we've got 64 of these, so we can kind of put quite a big window in, I think, and just clear a bit more of this out. Now, eventually, this might split into 2 windows and have a tunnel right down the middle of it, because if we need to tunnel that way, we are going to have to come through here. Looking at things, we're going to need to build a bridge to be able to do that anyway, because we're working with a pretty large area that's got nothing over it here. But if we just kind of hollow all of this out so we can have a nice view out over this entire area, I think it would be cool. So we're going to do that. Whoa, little bit of lag there, making me think something utterly disastrous was happening. If we could avoid any disasters while doing this, that would be super. Oh, this is getting quite far away now and quite precarious. I'm not taking the necessary precautions for mining into the nether the way I am. Got quite large little... So I guess if we ever do a tunnel, it will go along there. So maybe we'll just bring this out just a little bit further. And this is likely to be where a tunnel is. So let's leave that. We're probably going to build that back in. If we just take an area out to put a wall in, and we'll work out how this side's going to be. So get those out. Oh, yes, we'll have that. Please. And thank you. This whole project, the first quartz I found. My pickaxe is getting ruined. It needed a little bit of healing. Super. Oh, we can't pick it up. What don't we need? What don't we need? What don't we need? Why have we got some of this stuff with us? We don't need that oak trapdoor right now. What have I picked up instead? We don't need all this netherrack. What we do need is to get back up there where we're supposed to be before I do any more mining. Because what I don't want to do is be down here collecting a couple of pieces of quartz and hit lava, which is always the fear when mining in the nether. Right, so what we're going to do then, if we take... We've got some deep slate and some cobbled deep slate. We've used deep slate on that wall. We might use cobbled deep slate over here. I'm not sure. No, we'll stick to deep slate, I think. We've got a couple of stacks of deep slate. So if we got rid of all this glass, we haven't. Need to get rid of all the glass. Come on, smash. We also want to get rid of that torch. Oh, this is where I fall to my death. We've got some lanterns with us now. We can pop a lantern on there. Because obviously we could potentially get mobs spawn on here. Let's just light it up a little bit. And then deep slate along the bottom. Like this. Get some deep slate in there. So deep slate there as well. Deep slate along the bottom. And then we want to put deep slate up there. Sides, don't leap towards there, you madman. The deep slate all around the top, like a big deep slate frame. And then again, like that. Then I think I'm going to kind of set back where the tunnel will be. So bring that to like there. Just so I know for future reference that this is a designated tunnel spot. And then I can bring the rest of the wall forward again. We'll do that with all of the tunnels that we're going to have out of it. And then this entire bit here can be one massive magenta. I mean, that basically looks pink, doesn't it? I think it will look cool. One massive magenta window. So we can get that view. That whole area. And obviously those blocks are out there. Will despawn eventually. I don't have inventory space to go fetch them right now. Oh, I think that looks cool. I think that looks really cool. And then that's where the tunnel will go off. And then we'll have tunnels going off all four sides. And we're sorted. Right, I'm going to get the other sides in. I'm going to have to go back and get some more deep slate. I need to set some chests and stuff up here as well, so that we're not constantly moving stuff back and forth. Oh, of course. Right, we've still got some of these, haven't we? So we can stick them under on that. And then another one there to put the crafting table on. And then have we got some cobblestone? Because we could actually, we have. Right, we can actually get some of this cobbled deep slate in a furnace. We don't have any fuel, so we can't. That would have been a beautiful idea. Right, I will be back when this is done. Well, I think we are done with our little nether base. We actually discovered another little open area here. So we can have a little peek down there. Have a look at the hoglins again. See what's going on down there. And then, so this tunnel will go out that way. So eventually there'll be tunnels going in all four directions. This whole wall just seems to be solid all the way back. So that one can just go straight down the middle. Likewise with this one. Whereas this one, we're pretty much open, but close up a bit on this side. Likewise here. That seems pretty closed up. You can see. And then this one is completely open. So eventually this will lead off to all the different places where we want to go. I've put some lamps in here as well. We need to get some of this stuff stored just so we've got bits and bobs here in the nether that we might potentially need from time to time. We could probably put a little signpost down. Can we put a signpost flat on the floor? Does that work? No, it's going to stand up like a sign, isn't it? Yeah, rubbish. I'd quite like to label that that's the way to the nether fortress, but I guess we can... I guess we can just remember that for now. I had planned to go back there today, but we've spent far longer than I thought making this look really cool. And without question, at this point, I can say that this is the nicest looking nether fortress, nether base, nether hub that I've ever made. I just want some stuff to spawn out there. And I should probably have taken the lamps away. I want stuff out there. I want to see piglins and hoglins and things just hovering around, wandering about, minding their own business. A little taste of the nether without any of the danger of the nether, because in here nothing can spawn. We should probably just put a little trapdoor on there actually, just to make sure. I don't think anything can crawl up there, but just to be on the safe side, we have got some dark wood planks. Yeah, there we go. So trap door. And we want to use dark wood for it, dark oak. And I think we can just stick that there. Does the ladder come all the way up? It does. So I think we have to... No, that's a sign now. Why have I put a sign there? Oh, that might be quite a cool way to do the sign, actually. But can we put the trapdoor in? There we go. Cool. So now they can't get up that way either. Not that I think they could before. And then lastly, I am open to suggestions for what we could do with the ceiling in here. I've left it just as netherrack at the moment, but we could, I don't know, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the color scheme in here, does it? So we might end up replacing that with something before you see this place again. But that, I'm so happy with that. That is really, really cool. I love the fact that there's just nowhere at all the monsters can spawn. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Minecraft content. And thank you very much for watching.